everybody. Welcome to the sound test room. Okay, so today we are taking a look at Dials by AudioThing. As long as you can hear me, if someone can let me know, that would be very cool. Okay, so excuse me. Right, brilliant. Thanks, Stephen. Okay, awesome. We're taking a look at Dials, which is a channel strip with superpowers. Yes. All right, so first of all, you see, here we go. It's in three stages. We have a preamp stage, a compressor, and then we have some filters. We have a high-pass multiplier, and a low pass multiplier, and then we have high pass and low pass, and we have resonance controls, these two Qs, and we have a bypass for the compressor, and then we have a gain stage here. We also have oversampling if we wish to use it. Of course, if we use oversampling, your CPU will take a hit. So let me just quickly explain how this works on my voice, right? It's on my voice now, but it's basically doing nothing at all. If I have the mix here, so we have this cool LFO section here, which is called Trip. It's very good. You can modulate all this stuff in here. And you can choose the routing, whether it's the preamp, the compressor, the high pass filter, and then a low pass filter. But you can reorder this stuff any way you like, which is really nice. At the moment, it's going preamp, compressor, filters. Okay. You also have this soft clip option here, on or off. We'll leave this on, and we have an output here. As you can hear, it'll turn up and down. And then we have a mix control, which mixes between the dry signal and the wet signal. Now, in its most basic shape, where there's no gain, the compressor's set at 5. We can turn the compressor down, and you'll hear it'll get a little bit quieter. And then you have an envelope control, so how fast your compressor works. This will be really fast attack and release, but it's a one knob compressor, just like it's a one knob dickhead that's talking to you now. So one knob compressor, then your filters. Right, if the mix is on full like this, as soon as I move this to 1, my voice goes out like this. You're not going to hear it anymore. Unless I bring the mix back in here, or I increase the volume here. So we're going to look at the preamp section first. So here's your preamp section here. We can turn the volume up for the preamp section. I have I haven't got a limiter on my voice at all, so it doesn't matter. So 111, 111. So you can set your preamp section however you wish. Now, let me do this. I'm just going to put a barricade limiter on here. So I'm just going to limit this to -3 dB. So we're not going to overload our track level here as I drive up the gain. So as I drive up the gain, what it's going to do is it's going to add saturation and distortion to the sound. Not loads, but it's going to add some, right? Like so 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2, and now you've got some nice saturation and gain, which is really nice. It's a nice warm analog style saturation that you've added to your voice. We can dial that back and dial the volume back. We can dial it back to 1. Don't forget, if our mix is on full and we drop this down to 1, our voice will disappear unless we have some volume in here. So that's the basics of the compressor, the preamp, compressor, filters, and then you have your modulation stuff here, which we will look at with some other stuff. Okay, so let's move on to, let me just turn that down a little bit for you. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. I'll leave it on, it sounds all right. Okay, so what I'm going to do is drive up this drum pattern. And I'm going to put in you won't hear anything now. I'm going to put in Dials and also AudioThing's excellent and free blindfold EQ. So basically now we've got a complete vintage style channel strip. We have the preamp, compressor and the filters, and we have them going into an EQ, okay, which is doing nothing, but I can start to adjust the sound with the EQ now. Okay. So let's start playing with dials, and I'll mute the microphone. So you can dial in some really nice compression. You won't hear much compression there because the release and the attack will be high. So super fast attack, super fast release, and maximum compression. We can bypass that as well. Filters, you won't hear anything here or here until I start to adjust the high pass and the low pass. These are multipliers. And then we can further distort that. So it seems got some stream issues. Does it seem out? Does it according to my according to my information on Streamlabs, everything seems to be okay. But that means nothing, you know. Is that stream sounding okay now? It's fine now. Okay, right, great. Just let me know if it goes, excuse me, wonky again. We just obviously had a bit of a glitch thing going on. Anyway, right. So we're kind of talking about what the compressor can do. At the moment, we've got it on this drum pattern. Okay, so now you can start to, like, you can reorder the order. Just do that. We can reorder how this works. I'll just take that off there, turn it back up a little bit here. In fact, I'll just boost the gain a little bit here so you can hear what I'm saying. So preamp first, but compressor first. And then low pass after a high pass if you wish. Okay. The trip section here, you can choose different waveforms for it. We'll leave it on sine just for now. This is the speed, and you'll see that at the moment, volume, high pass filter, a high pass resonant point, a high pass boost, low pass filter, look, they're all in a central position. This means that we can modulate these either positive or negative as well. So, for example, if we start to move up the high pass filter control here, you'll see this will start to move. We have to turn it on. Sorry, high pass filter multiplier. Volume. Low pass. Turn it on. But we can do negative, so we're going one way with the one and one way with the other. And then we can adjust the actual resonant point, the cue point. And also this for the high pass as well. Which is awesome. And we can make some adjustments with the blindfold EQ. Which is also free, this one. Try some presets. Yeah, it's free, Cara. You might as well get it. So really nice. Basically, it's a channel strip, but with some interesting, you know, things you can do with modulation and stuff. Right. So on this one here, I've got this sample. This isn't, DIALS isn't free, Kenny, but this is free. Blindfold EQ, same people. Okay, so this is a sample from, I'm not even sure what it is. I mean, this is it. I think it's just some special effect radio thing that I made years and years ago. But I've slowed it right down. Let me just speed it back up to normal cancel. So that's basically what it is, but I just slowed it down because you can. You can slow anything down, it's really cool. And then I've also got on this one, springs, also from AudioThing. And then if we put dials in, make some adjustments for fun. Let's modulate this. Well, that's good. So we could do different. So sample and hold now. That's so cool. So if we could put in another one of AudioThing's apps, maybe texture. We're getting very experimental now. It's really nice. So this is just from a basic. Let's change this. I've got a vocal one here from Daniel, but it's running wise at the minute. I'll get to that in a sec. So let's try a different. This is quite a quick one, so we can. How cool's that? I mean, maybe it's just me. I don't know. Oh, it's like a sonar. That's so cool. from that. Sound design is great. I'll show you Hubert in a minute. Okay, so here we go. Here's a vocal sample.
Look, Don, I've loved you a long time, ever since we were kids. But I'm afraid it's been more like a sister.
So this is one of Daniel's.
I had no idea you.
I'm going to put in a
Mary, tonight's a good time while our families are here to announce our engagement.
Look, Don, I've loved you a long time, ever since we were kids. But I'm afraid it's been more like a sister.
Well,
listen
I had no idea you felt that way.
It's
Mary,
so
tonight's
cool.
a good time while our families are here to
So full
announce our
mix.
engagement.
Let's just drive up the gain on that vocal
I've loved
sample.
you a long time, ever since we were kids. But I'm afraid it's been more like a sister.
Well, I had no idea you felt that way. Mary, tonight's a good time while our families are here to announce our engagement.
Look, Don, I've loved you a long time, ever since we were kids. But I'm afraid it's been more like a sister.
Well, I had no idea you felt that way. Mary, tonight's a good time while our families are here to announce our engagement.
Let's compress
Look,
it.
Don, I've loved you a long time, ever since we were kids. But I'm afraid it's been more like a sister.
Well, I had no idea you felt that way. Mary, tonight's a good time while our families are here to announce. I had no idea you felt that way. Mary, tonight's a good time while our families are here to announce our engagement.
Look, Don, I've loved you a long time, ever since we were kids.
Too cool.
But I'm afraid it's been more like a sister.
And I'm just playing with the initial patch. I mean, it comes with a bunch of very useful patches. Let's
Mary,
try
tonight's
some
a
of
good
them.
time while our families are here to announce our engagement.
Look, Don, I've loved you a long time, ever since we were kids. But I'm afraid it's been more like a sister.
Well, I had no idea you felt that way. Mary, tonight's a good time while our families are here to announce.
Ping me. It's like a preset design for Sonar.
Well, I had no idea you felt that way. Mary, tonight's a good time while our
Cool.
families are here to announce our engagement.
Look, Don, I've loved you a long time, ever since we were kids. But I'm afraid it's been more like a sister.
Well, I had no idea you felt that way. Mary, tonight's a good time while our families are here to announce our engagement.
Look, Don, I've loved you a long time, ever since we were kids.
So you can have your tempo synced or free running. Let's put that through dials. So another AudioThing Hainbach collaboration. I'll turn my microphone down.
had no idea you felt that way.
Mary, tonight's a good time while our families are here to announce our engagement.
Look, Don, I've loved you a long time, ever since we were kids. But I'm afraid it's been more like a sister.
Well, I had no idea you felt that way. Mary, tonight's a good time while our families are here to...
I work for one of his companies, but I've never seen him.
I've never met the man either. Just a phone call. Do you know him?
If you want any of these super cool samples,
Then you're the
there's a
only
link
one
in the
who does.
description below to Les Productions Zvon.
All the
With
details
Daniel,
about
he's here in
renting
the
house
chat.
were done by mail.
I work for one of his companies, but I've never seen him.
I've never met the man either. Just a phone call. Do you know him?
So let's see.
Then you're the only one of us who does. I don't know him.
Go.
All the details about renting the house were done by mail.
I work for one of his companies, but I've never seen him.
I've never met the
Skills
man
job.
either. Just a phone call. Do you know him? No. Then you're the only one of us who does. I don't know him. All the details about renting the house were done by mail.
I work for one of his companies, but I've never seen him.
Then you're the only one of us who does. I don't know. All the details about renting the house were done by mail.
I work for one of his companies, but I've never seen him.
I've never met the man either. Just a phone call. Do you know him? Then you're the only one of us.
So we have this kind of glitchy pattern from Hammerhead. So this is Dials. And then we have I think it's a texture. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Let's do that. Let's I think Textures is free as well, or it was.
I don't know. All the details about renting the house.
I work for one of his companies, but I've never seen him.
I've never met the man either. Just a phone call. Do you know him? Then you're the only one of us who does. I don't know. All the details about renting the house. I've never met the man either. Just a phone call. Do you know him? Then you're the only one of us who does. I don't know. All the details about renting the house.
Very nice. So I think we should run before we go. Run something. Oh, by the way, tomorrow night we'll be taking a look at the new Spider Ice Markers preset pack for Copperhead Synth. So if you have Copperhead, that you may find that interesting. The preset pack is free if you own Copperhead. Plus there has been other stuff added. The Powell's added as well. So we're doing that tomorrow, 8 o'clock normal time. Right. Okay, so let's. What we're going to do? Yeah, I want Synthmaster 2, and I'm just going to hook this up to my little key step here. Well, there we go. Let's get a kind of a cleanish tone, not completely clean. Maybe a let's see, kind of a lead sound. So what's we got in flute? What's this? So we won't go down that road, but yes, that sounds nice. So you can get a good idea now of what Dials is actually going to do. In fact, let's go real boring. Here we go. A basic saw wave. Nothing else. Text is $2.99. How much is what's the other one we've been using? The not Bubbles. Oh, so it was free. It's obviously gone up in price. How much is Blindfold EQ, Stephen? How much is the Blindfold EQ? Because that was definitely free when it first came up, but it may have been on special, you know. Anyway, let's put Dials in here, shall we? Dials. So it's gonna color the sound a little bit because it's vintage gear. It's modeled on 3 pieces of vintage gear, a preamp, a compressor, and some filtering as well. So if you can hear there's a slight boost in volume, and it feels like it's saturating the top end a tiny bit. Okay, we'll have the mix on full. And like I said, if we have the mix on full and this volume down, if I switch this to 0, wait a minute, if I switch this to 0, the preamp is off. If I switch it to 1, it switches the preamp on, and you won't hear any sound until you increase the volume. Now, bearing in mind, like I said, with the oversampling, if you take a look at the DSP, it's running at 62% at the moment, but there's a lot of stuff running, 58. If I switch oversampling onto 16, you'll see this will go nuts. DSP max. Oh, it's calmed back down 71%. You can't really hear much of a difference, to be honest. So Blindfold is free. Great. Thanks, Cara. Right. So let's do stuff to this sound. We know it's a basic saw wave, and now it's going through Dials. Now you can use Dials on a whole mix. You know, it's okay. But first of all, let's do what really we should do and put in a compressor. We'll use Barricade. Let me just open it up so I can see me thing easier. So minus 3 dB track. Okay, so it's not going to go above minus 3 decibels. So now we can add a little bit of overdrive. That's nice. So I'm going to switch the microphone off and play with Dials. awesome. Oh, hello. What's that? Wing. So I've got something weird going on there. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 1 1. No, it must be just in my head. I think that's brilliant. So you can sound design from the channel strip as well. Drive it a bit more to get that kind of. I've just dropped it an octave. And now let's delete some of it. Let's see how far we can push it. It's going too much. I'm going to delete a couple of these channels. Too cool. Putting wires. So we've got some motor. Actually, this might be cool. Really slow LFO speed. And gotta put some echo on. Some clicks. Wow, flutter. Now we could put in, this puts in some of the old Soviet recordings. So, guys, there you go. The lat from our basic saw wave. It's so cool. Guys, thanks so much. Don't forget tomorrow night. I'll be back with a demo of the new Spider Ice Midas preset pack for Copperhead, which is very good. It's all ARPs and sequences, very cool. We'll be running that in Loopy Pro, so that should be fun. Anyway, top job, cool beans. I'll mess. So there you go. I thought that was really interesting, actually, just with a basic wave. Thought that sounded really quite cool. I'm gonna change a few wave shapes, see what they sound like with different wave shapes, while you say ta-ra to each other for a few minutes, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks so much. Ta-ra.